21 days before Christmas. The title of this devotion is Thanksgiving. In my first pastorate, we would join with the Baptist Church on Thanksgiving. Every year, we would meet at their church one year and our church one year, 7 a.m. Thanksgiving morning. Just an interesting time. It just been a tradition they had. And when we were at the Baptist Church, I would preach, and when we were at the Methodist Church, their pastor would preach. Well, I remember joining there one Thanksgiving morning and preaching on forgiveness. What had happened is, I think it was that morning that my wife and I, and we had real small children, had stayed up most of the night before getting ready to go to Grandma and Grandpa's house. And I don't think we went to bed till like 4 a.m. in the morning. And we were just tired as can be, as you can imagine. And so I woke up with a phone, and it was one of the leaders of our church, and they said, "Pastor, where are you?" I looked at the clock, and it was 15 minutes to 7. Well, I'm supposed to start the service at 7 a.m. at the Baptist Church. And I said, "I'm on my way." Well, I jumped up and grabbed my clothes, and I looked at my wife and I said, "Are you going?" Which obviously I shouldn't have even been asking that time. And so I just ran out the door, got in the car, took off down the highway, and I got to the church just in time that when I got out of the car and ran to the front door, the choir was processing in, and the last choir member had come around the corner, and I came behind him. And I remember as I opened up the service, I said, "I thank the Lord on Thanksgiving morning for many things. But most of all, I thank the Lord for the person who just called me, that woke me up, or I wouldn't even be here today." And then I shared this sermon on Thanksgiving and forgiveness. And I saw a person there that I had really been struggling with. I mean, really struggling with from the other church. And there had just been some issues. And I'll be honest with you, trying to be just as human as I can be on this devotion. We just had some differences of opinion. But I was under such conviction as I shared the message. And the message had to do with, the Lord's Prayer. If you look in the Gospel of Mark, chapter 6, verse 9 through 13, and then verse 14, Jesus teaches the disciples to pray. He does that in the Sermon on the Mount, Matthew 5, 6, and 7 as well. Excuse me, I think that passage was Matthew instead of Mark. Chapter 6, Matthew 6, 9 through 13 and 14. And in that passage, Jesus teaches the Lord's Prayer, and the only commentary he gives is on forgiveness. And he said, if you do not forgive others, you cannot be forgiven. Well, as I'm preaching that, this person's sitting right there. And finally, at the end of the service, I said, on Thanksgiving morning, even if you're struggling with someone, now's the time. During the last hymn, just go and make it right. So I left the pulpit, went down there, and gave the person a hug, and they hugged me, and they understood, and so did I. Now, did they like me after that? Probably not. I mean, did we have issues? Probably still did, but we did the right thing. In other words, started the process of forgiveness, the Thanksgiving that comes to us. During the Advent season, it's Jesus that has forgiven us. The Emmanuel, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, has come and given his life for us. Forgiveness is something vitally important during the Advent season. Well, I will see you tomorrow. Dum, da, dum, dum, da.